Thank you very much. And now I would like to call Ms. Beatriz Turon, representative of the Spanish National Agency, who will give us a short presentation on the importance of lifelong learning. Please take it away.
Okay.
Please use the microphone. Oui.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, Excellency, and members of the Parliament, representative from Slovenia, dear colleagues, teachers. Thank you very much for the invitation to this event. I'm really glad to be here for this final step of your project. You have done a really good and I'm sure really hard work. And in behalf of the Spanish National Agency, I'd like to congratulate you for your effort. I don't want to take too much time with my presentation because it's not the point, but I just want to introduce some crucial aspects regarding Erasmus Plus and adult education. As you know, Erasmus Plus is the educational program from the European Commission launched in 2014. This program continues the previous long life learning program, which includes Grundvik for adult education, Comenius for school education, Leonardo for vocational training, youth, and Erasmus for higher education. And this last program was the most famous for all the people in Europe concerning education, and this is why the new program is has taken the previous name. So Erasmus Plus is the name for all the educational actions in all sectors: schools, vocational training, higher education, adult, youth, and sports. The aim of the program is highlighted in the slogan, as you can see here: changing life, opening minds. Regarding the link with the European policies, Erasmus Plus is linked as well with the strategy Europe 2020, and the aim is to reduce early school leaving, less than 10% in every country, and increase higher education over 40%, and increase as well adult education over 15%. The Strategy for Education and Training 2020 has four priorities, as you know: increasing mobility, quality of education and teaching, equity, social awareness, creativity and innovation. And the last one, the more recent strategy for education, is the document Rethinking Education, which includes employability as a goal. Regarding adult education, I'm sure you know all the documents produced by the Commission, but the last one is the resolution on a renewed European agenda for adult education, and they introduced the new situation with the crisis, the economical crisis and the refugees crisis. And we have included this situation in all the activities in Erasmus+. If we want to know what is adult education, because sometimes the limit is not very clear with other sectors as vocational training or higher education. So the Commission has established what is adult education. So it's general non-vocational education, not directly linked to gaining skills for the workplace or in the workplace. It's directed at those who are not longer in initial education. It's about supporting those who have left school early to have a second chance to return to education. It's about reaching those who are socially excluded and facilitating their engagement in society through the learning process. It's about returning to learning education and supporting adults to enjoy the learning process, and it's voluntary, as you know. How can adult education organizations participate in Erasmus+? We have two actions. Key action 1, this mobility projects for staff involved in adult education, and the key action 2 are a strategic partnership for cooperation, for innovation, and good practice exchange. And I don't know if you know the platform of dissemination of contacts for organization involved in adult education, which is EPALE. Which are the eligible organizations to participate in Erasmus+. According to the Erasmus+ guide, any public or private organization active in the adult educational field, or any public or private organization active in the labor market or in the fields of education, training, or youth. And I have just some figure regarding the last call. You know, the process is very long, very time, but we have received too many applications this year. So we have 2 days before, we have received the number of applications in all of Europe. I don't know if you can see here, because it's really small, but you can see here. Turkey is always the first one in the line, but you have, for instance, Portugal is here, 41 applications for the key action 1. Slovenia is here, 18. Croatia, 17, Spain, 103, Greece is not here, Grace, I'm sorry. No, it's Elinica, 41, I'm sorry. And the topics, the more relevant topics for those applications are, as you can see, new innovative curricula and educational methodology. As you know, as you saw, is one of the priorities, innovation. So this is in line with the educational policies of Europe. Regarding the key action 2, the figures are those. We have always Turkey, but we have Slovenia here, and Portugal is here, 44, Croatia, 13, Spain, 107, Greece, 62. So now the process to evaluate, to assess all the application is in the end, and we have to wait to see how many applications have success. Regarding the priorities for strategic partnerships, the Commission has established as well specific priorities for adult education. designing and implementing effective provision for enhancing the basic skills and key competences, improving and extending the offer of high-quality learning opportunities, and extending and developing educators' competences. And the application has to link their application, their project with one of these priorities. The most important for all the application was designing and implementing effective provision. And this is a PALE. This is the platform to connect all the adult education organizations. I don't know, I'm sure most of you know EPALE, and you can publish your events here, for instance, to establish new contact with other adult education organizations. You have many things to interact with other organizations all over in Europe. And this is the platform results for Erasmus Plus projects. You can search here. In the end of the first call, which is your project included, you can find here all the results. I found your program because it's already published there. We have to wait for the results, but I'm sure that they will be there soon. So thank you again for the invitation, and I'm sure that your project will finish very good, and you are the first generation of Erasmus Plus program, so it's really important for the national agencies to be present here. So thank you again for the invitation.